Evening all, welcome to another Watch It Wednesday with me, Stacey Marsh. It is Thursday the 17th of August here in the UK and we've had rain at long last, so good day today. Bear with me a moment, I'm just going to find everybody on my phone so I can follow along. I can remember what I'm doing, that is. Here we go. So I've just shared that. Hi to everyone who's joining. So tonight I thought I would do a little bit of colouring with you all. It's a lovely way to spend an evening. I've recently come back from holiday and it was a really nice way to ease myself back in to crafting and card making, and I hope you will enjoy it. If you are following on along at home, all you will need is a stamp set, some white cards and some watercolour pencils, as that's what I'm using tonight. I'm not using any water, I'm not using any special paper, I'm just using white card and Stampin' Up pencils. You might need a pencil sharpener as well. So we'll make a little start and see where the evening takes us. I'm using this one by my side. It is my new favourite stamp set, and I'm hooked on these cute little characters. I really am. Evening to you, Lisa. I'm very well, thank you. I am all recovered from my holiday. It's my birthday tomorrow, so it's all good here. The only downside is we're just waiting for my parents to come back from Malta. They went on a cruise 22 days ago. They went on a 7-night cruise 22 days ago. Sadly, they tested positive for COVID on the ship. They've been in isolation in Malta and my mum's been in hospital. So we are all on the edge of our seats waiting for them to come home. They are on a flight that should have left 2 and a bit hours ago. It's been delayed till about 2 AM. So we're just waiting for news. So hopefully the next 40 minutes will distract me from checking my phone every 2 minutes, and we'll make something nice, hopefully, that I can share with you all. So long answer, but I'm very well, Lisa. Thank you very much for asking me. So let's make a little start. Just going to flip my camera around. For those of you that are new to my channel, I'm not amazing with technology, but I'm sure you will forgive me. So I'm just going to raise my camera up ever so slightly. Okay, so you can see my desk, which is good news. Let's just find you all on my laptop, because otherwise I will just keep looking at my phone and I really need to not do that. Great, okay, so you guys can see my desk. I can see comments, so as we craft along tonight, do say hi, do share any of your comments with me. If you have any questions about what I'm doing, pop them in. I will try and keep up, and I hope you enjoy. So we are going to start with By My Side, and this is a stamp set that you will find in the main annual catalogue. It is a cling stamp set, so it's the red foam inside. And we have 3 super cute images. I might need a bigger block actually. No, let's use this one. 3 super cute images that we are going to stamp and colour in. I'm quite lazy. I'm going to try and get these all on one block, but the block isn't big enough. So let's stamp this. Now I'm going to use watercolour pencils, but no water. So it doesn't matter really which ink pad we use. My go-to black ink pad is always Memento. You'll find this as well in the annual catalogue along with a refill. The refills last for ages, and it's a really nice ink pad to use. So let's stamp these little characters, and we then want this lovely lady here, don't we? So I'm quite often asked by people, what medium do you like colouring in best? What do you recommend? I want to learn to colour, or I want to do some colouring, but I don't really know what to start with. My recommendation is always start with colour pencils. The reason for that is we all grew up colouring with pencils. So don't try and jump headfirst into blends. Blends tend to be the expensive option, whereas watercolour pencils are far more budget friendly option. I'm just going to trim this down a bit so you can see it. A far more budget friendly option. You don't need a lot of space. Mine are just in a really nice little pencil case, and you can use them with water and you can use them without. So it's a really nice introduction to colouring, and it's also very calming as well. So we have 3 images that I'm going to colour now. I'll just give you a little bit of background of what I've done so far. So this is my stamp set. What I tend to do with a stamp set like this is I will straight off colour a set of the images in, and then I'll just attach them to the stamp set just to give me a bit of a inspiration or a go-to sort of portfolio to look at, really. And then what I will do is I will gradually use them on something else. So here are a few that I did at the weekend, and I've turned them into little tags. If you are attending my August class, you will see these in a bit more detail when your kits arrive. So this little lady, has anyone seen the film Incredibles? It's a Disney Pixar film out years ago. This lady really, this little girl really reminds me of the villain lady in it, and I can't for the life of me remember her name, but she really reminds me, Edna I think it is. Let me see if I can get a picture of her up. Here she is. So this is the little lady, and she really reminds me of Edna. Anyone else see that? If you didn't see it, I hope you can unsee it, but I cannot unsee it. For me, that little lady is Edna. It's brilliant. So I've tried to kind of create my little Edna here, and then I've got my 2 twins there that I think, and then here are some more that I have coloured in and then used. Okay, she's not the villain, she designs the suits. Yes, that's absolutely right, Wendy. See, this is my prompt to watch the film again, isn't it? I think I should definitely treat myself to watching that film. So I'm going to start with their faces, I think. I'm going to go with one face. So I am going to colour their faces with Calypso Coral. Now, one thing I do like to use on when I'm colouring is a foam mat. The reason for that is if you've got a really hard surface, you can sometimes get pencil lines, and I'm trying to avoid that. So if you use a foam mat, you should get a really nice smooth finish. If you don't have a foam mat, grab the catalogue, the annual catalogue, pop that under your paper. It will do just the trick. Or grab a notebook or anything that's got a little bit of squidge to it. Okay, so I'm going to start with a really light dusting or a really nice coverage of Calypso Coral. Now, Calypso Coral is a real pinky shade, but it's the nearest to a sort of a pale skin tone. Okay, so that's my first layer, but I want to make these quite vivid and bold colours. So I'm now going to add in, I'm going to use the pointy sort of side rather than the flat edge to just add in a little bit of shading. Okay, and it works similar to your blends in that, or this is my sort of style, I like to use a lighter shade first and then add in my tone, add in my what's the word, add in my shading, because you can add colour but you can't take it away. And now I'm going back in with my softer edge and just bringing that colour in a little bit. Okay, so she now looks really, really pink, but when we add in those other colours for the other pieces on her, she will come to life. So these are sort of comic book style drawings. So actually, when you think about Disney Pixar, some of their colours are really, really bold and vibrant. So she is, I'm happy with her face, and I've just added a bit of colour on her hands. Okay, so let's go for Edna, shall we? Let's really go for this little lady. So I now have basic black, and I'm going to do the same with her hair. I'm going to add in just a real light coverage with the black, and again I'm using that soft flat edge of my pencil. And the thing when you're colouring with pencils as well is to alternate your pressure. If you put soft pressure on, you get a light shade. If you press more firmly, you will get a darker colour come out. So again, now I'm going to add in some detail, and I'm pushing quite firmly on that pencil now. Okay. Lisa's said, is that the marzipan smelling ink pad? No, the marzipan smelling ink pad, it's funny all the names we've got for these things. I know exactly what you mean, Lisa, is Stays On. Just give it a little sniff. It smells amazing. I don't recommend you smell them too often, but they are lovely. Smells a bit like Di Serrano as well. So let's just go in now and add a bit of shading to her hair. If you didn't want to use the black, you could always use Early Espresso. It's a really dark, sort of chocolatey brown colour. So there's her hair. Now, I know that Edna in the picture has got a black outfit on, but I'm going to colour her outfit in red. So now I've got my real red pen and pencil even, and now we can colour this in. I'm going to add a bit more shading with by pushing a bit more firmly. I've just had a really interesting idea with this lady. Okay, so there she's got her red dress on, and we're going to give her some black tights as well. So let's colour her legs in. She's got black tights, a red dress, and then she's holding this little birdie. Okay, so for the little birdie, let's go for a light brown. Now, crushed curry actually comes out like a soft mustardy colour, but I think you can get away with that being brown. So I'm going to add in a bit of shading on the bird, tail and sort of breast area, and then I'm going to use Cajun Craze as my brown. So Cajun Craze is a bit like cinnamon cider. It's a more of a orangey brown. It does the trick. Okay, so there's our little birdie. So that's our first one. Now, with her glasses, I'm going to take my light blue, balmy blue, which is here somewhere, balmy blue, and I'm just going to go around the edge of her glasses with a little bit of blue, because I always think when you look at glasses, they can sometimes have a bit of a blue reflection. So she's done now. I'm really happy with her. Okay. Now this lady, I think you could easily think of her as Marge Simpson, but we won't go there tonight. We won't do too many characters, but this is how, you know how you can give a stamp set or a product to two different people and they see something completely different. I see Incredibles and Marge Simpson. I don't really see what's wrong with that personally, but you may disagree. So we're going to go with Gorgeous Grey. I'm going to colour in her dress with purple. And then her skirt. Let's do her skirt. What colour should we do her skirt? Should we do her skirt flirty flamingo? Yeah, let's give her some real bright colours. This is like asking my children to choose what their favourite colour is. One day it's pink, another day it's purple. With Dave in the middle. Dave is in the middle indeed. Now, if this little boy didn't have any hair, I could do him as my husband, couldn't I? But sadly, he has hair. So now her little dress is done. Now I'm going to go with a, let's go with a Cajun Craze for her skin tone. So for this lady on here, this little girl here, I used Cajun Craze and black. So let's do Cajun Craze. I would really like Stampin' Up to bring out a range of neutral blends, neutral watercolour pencils, or even skin tone ones. So we've got a similar sort of offering between the blends and the pencils. I think that would be a really nice touch. And also for things like animals, we want sort of more neutral colours, don't we? Because a lot of those are sort of browns and beiges. Okay, so there's my lady, my little girl. Let's colour her little hand in, and let's have her with bare legs. Okay, now for her hair, I'm going to go in with basic black again. Isaac says the little boy is him playing with Dave. That's adorable, Lisa. I love that. That's really, really sweet. Okay, so for her hair, I'm just going to go around in little circles to avoid those pencil lines. But honestly, just adding this foam mat underneath is a game changer. Okay. And don't forget these little strands. Okay, just add in a bit of tone now. I don't think watercolour pencils are used enough either. And they're such a joy to use. You get a really different colouring sort of experience. Okay, so there's my little girl that's having a smell of the butterfly. And she's going to have little black shoes. Lovely. And the butterfly, let's do the butterfly. Let's go with yellow. So I've got Daffodil Delight. I'm going to have a bit of pumpkin pie in the middle. And let's go for Granny Apple Green around the edge. So this is a super duper colourful butterfly. Beautiful. Okay. So next we have our little boy, and I have got one pencil here, and it's like a khaki sort of green colour. But I need to just sharpen this one. I think this one came from a kit, so it hasn't got a name on it. The other one I've got here is Old Olive. Old Olive would do the trick. Ooh. So how lucky am I? Oh dear. The last time I used these watercolour pencils, I was saying, oh, I can't find a pencil sharpener. I can't find a pencil sharpener anywhere. So the next time I went to a Stampin' Up event, a friend of mine went, I've got a pencil sharpener for you, I've got a present for you, hold it in hand. And she gave me a pencil sharpener, and it's this one. It's from her hometown, and every time I use it I do think of her, which is nice. But this watercolour pencil appears to be a bit dodgy, so we may be changing colours. I'll have one more go, see if it works, and if it doesn't, we'll change colours. No, it's not working. Let's change colours. Let's use olive. Can't go wrong with a bit of Old Olive, can you? Just have a little cleaning day in here tomorrow, so I'm just going to push that onto the floor. So let's give him some khaki shorts. Like so. There we have him. And then this little boy is going to have yellow hair. He is going to be like the boy version of my youngest daughter, because she has the blondest hair I have ever seen. She's so fair. So we've got 3 very different looking characters now. I'm going to add in a bit of crushed curry for a bit of depth. And you can blend these pencils in the same way you can our blends as well. It's just about layering your colour and just taking your time. Okay. Lovely. So he's got lovely yellow hair now. Let's go in with a Calypso Coral for his skin tone. But yeah, if we had skin tone blends, I think it would be a real game changer for people to use their pencils a bit more. There we go. And we want to do his arms and his legs. Do let me know if you're having a little colour along with me tonight, or if you're just having a watch along. So let's go with a blue t-shirt. So I've got Balmy Blue, I've got Pacific Point, and I've got Night of Navy. So let's just have a little scribble of colour, not that one. Balmy Blue. Balmy Blue. And let's have a look at Coastal Cabana. No. Where's the other one? This is Bermuda Bay. No, let's go Balmy Blue. No, that one's not Balmy Blue. This is Night of Maiden. Oh, decisions, girls and boys. Here we go. So you probably want, I'm going to fussy cut these out afterwards. Hence why I've coloured in quite closely to the image. And then his shoes can be brown. So the last thing we've got to do is colour in our little doggy. So our little doggy, let's go in with, so we've got Early Espresso, which is quite dark. Let's use Cajun Craze. Do his nose as a little dark brown. Perfect. Lovely. Okay, so there we have our lovely characters. Let me know what you think. Do you have a favourite? Would you have done anything differently? Have I inspired you to dig out your pencils? Or are you quite happy to just carry on with what you would normally use? And there's no right or wrong. We're all different, and that's why there's different products. Okay. So let's give these a little fussy cut around now, and this might be the opportunity to go and make yourself a cup of tea. I'm going to leave my traditional white border around the edge. I'm going to try and not cut off Edna's legs. And I know she's wearing a black dress, but if we coloured this all in black, I think it would be a bit much. So Edna's got a red dress on. There we go, nearly finished. One. Let's go on to our little lady. Just realised I've missed out her bow on her top, so I'm just going to cut it off. Okay. And we can do that. So say we didn't want her to be walking along smelling this butterfly, we can just cut it off. It's no drama. This is one of those stamp sets that I think is a hidden gem in the annual catalogue, in that if it's not your style and not into colouring, you're going to miss it. But I absolutely loved it when I saw it. Added it to one of my orders, and then it just sat on my shelf for ages. But I really do like it. Just need a little bit of patience to cut them out, but it is worth it in the long run. One of the new celebration items that's out this month, I was going through them with my team last night, or some of my team, for one of our business builders sessions. And one of the new products that coordinates with a stamp set, I can honestly say, we all said the same thing, we have never seen the stamp set, but now it's got dies that go with it, it's jumping off the page. Sorry, not celebration, a new Perfect Partners promotion that starts on the 1st of September. So there's a few things in the annual and the mini catalogue that are standalone stamp sets, and from the 1st of September, or now if you're a demonstrator, you can order coordinating dies that go with them. And one of them is the piggies, and they're just so cute. It really makes the stamp sets come to life, I think. So keep an eye out for those. They'll be available in all markets from the 1st of September. Anyone else feel that we are talking about September and yet it feels like the year only started
not so long ago. My husband and I tonight were saying at the dinner table, you know, we've had our holiday, we've been looking forward to our holiday for so long, we've had it, and then the next thing that we're going to start talking about is Christmas. Please don't say the Yeti. Now, Wendy, I'll let you in to a secret. I'm not a fan of the Yeti. I'm up for all these different characters that Stampin' Up want to give us, but the Yeti is yet to take my fancy. I can understand the appeal, he's very cute, but he's not my style. So I've cut the little doggy off because it's just easier to cut him off than to try and cut around both of those together. Just keeping an eye on my phone as well in case there's any news from my parents. It's been such a worry. Okay, nearly there. I nearly cut his tail off then. Okay, done, done and done. So let's have a little clear down. Get rid of my scraps of card. And now we want to turn these into a card. So let's just have a little look at something. And I've got an idea. But I need an oval. Do I have an oval? Let me have a look. Just going to see in my... Well, let's use a circle actually. Let's use a circle, and I want some red card. Now this is where we may struggle because I don't have any red card really in stock. Let's use some Poppy Parade or Real Red. What do we reckon? I think she is more Poppy Parade, don't you, than Real Red. So this is Real Red, this is Poppy Parade. Let's go with Poppy Parade. So let's put my little characters to one side. Oh, you still have the old ones. I wish I still had the old piggies, but I sadly let mine go. Okay, so I'm going to try and make this little vision of mine come to life. So let's have some black card. Black card. And we want some scallop layering circles, don't we? So let's go with a big layering circle. And we want a light colour as well. Do I have any? I'm raiding my cupboards now. Oops, my cardigan is stuck under my wheel. Just what I need. Right, gang, so I have got some Mango Melody, some Poppy Parade, some basic black, and I want a bit of Daffodil Delight. Thank goodness I've got all of these colours Stampin' Up. Okay, so these are my colours, and we're going to try and make this work. So let's have a card base from Poppy Parade, and I think this is a standard card base. 14.9. Yeah, this will work. I'm using an old trimmer for some reason. It needs a good clean, but hey, we're here. So now let's cut out some circles, shall we? I treated myself recently to new plates for my big shop, not big shop, sorry, whoops, wrong word, for my Stampin' cut and emboss machine. Let's have some black card. Let's do a black large circle. So I've got a scalloped, not a scalloped, a stitched circle. And then we want one that's just a little bit smaller. And this is where layering circles are a dream come true. So we want this one out of Mango Melody. So let's just cut myself some Mango Melody card. We've used that one, and we want this one next, don't we? That's it. We may only get one card, guys, but I feel like I need to bring Edna to life. Okay, so we've then got that. We're then going to go with a smaller circle. This one from black card. I'm going to use something really old in a minute. I'm going to bring out my number dies. Okay, so let's put that to one side for a moment. We want to cut this in half. Stick this down. If you're just tuning in, you may wonder what I'm doing. I am being a bit playful for once. Doesn't happen often. So let's put that on there like so. I'm actually following something. I'm trying to follow this. Okay. I have no idea if I'm allowed to do this. Okay. So I've got my red card. I've got that there. And now let's go for my number dies, my large number dies. And what number should we go for? Number 1. I feel like it needs to be a number 1. Well, we could create an eye, couldn't we? But then I feel like I am being quite obvious with what I'm doing. So how about a number 5? Yeah, if we do a number 5, let's do a number 5 from the yellow card, shall we? I won't bring my cutting machine back in. We're getting the gist of what I'm trying to create. So let's take our number 5 now. And let's put that on there. What do we think? Do we think I am way off the mark, or do we think this actually... Would you recognise this? Okay, so I've got my number 5 there. And then we've got little Edna. I feel like this needs something here. So let's just have a look at my embossing folders, just to give that a bit of texture. I know which one I'm looking for. This one, the painted texture embossing folder. Don't know if this will work. No, it won't. So let's just grab another layer of card. So let's do 14.4 by 10. Okay. And let's run this through there. I feel like it needs a bit of depth in that card base. Okay, here we've got a little bit of texture now, which just makes this card feel a little bit better. So let's now stick this down. So we've kind of got a bit of a Incredibles theme going on. Have we ever had a set of stamps for superheroes? We've had one, I think, haven't we? Okay, so we've got that there. And then we've got our, I'm going to move that over actually. And then we've got our little Edna girl down here. Right, now let's add a little bit more to this. So I want a word that says 5 today. Have we got a today? Let's have a look in here. No, there's not a today there. We could make the word today, couldn't we? So there's that one there. Or let me just have a quick little look through. Does anyone know what stamp set that says today? It's in this one here. I think we're going to be making the word today. Okay. So let's go with this. Let's put all these circles away before I lose them. Hi Louise, thanks for joining us. We are playing with the By My Side stamp set. And I'm having a little play to create a certain theme of cards. So let's bring my white card back in. And I'm going to try and create the word today. So where is the t? This is when I really miss having the image printed on the stamp set. Is that a T? That's not, I don't think. That's an F. Okay, good. We're starting really well, aren't we? There he is there. You went off to feed the cat. Don't worry at all, Wendy. I hope your cat's okay. We can't feed our cat at all until she's decided she wants to come back in. You can't see the Stampin', so we want that off. There is a little punch that goes with this stamp set. D. No, that looks like a B now. Some scrap paper. Here's the D. Still half feral after voice. Aren't they all though? I went out into my garden the other day and there's a dead, well, we think it was a mouse, but it could have been a vole on the patio. You never quite know what she's going to bring in next. At least it's not been bunnies this year. She's quite partial to a bunny. No, that's a G. I want A. Where is A? Let's look at them that way round. That might help. Oh, look, there it is. Yes, perhaps if I stop looking at them the wrong way round. Silly me. And then we want a Y. There's the Y. Okay, now let's have a look fussy cut of this and see what we think. I think I already know I don't like it. Not bad though, these stamps are quite easy to use once you've worked out what letter is which. They're quite a nice size, they're great for scrapbooking and journaling. And if you use them with a little punch, they are even nicer. How are we doing? Are we all still hanging on in there? How many of you have I sent to sleep? Oh, actually, that's not too bad. I don't mind that at all. So let's stick that down. And I want to do something to this number 5. It doesn't seem... I'm going to colour it in actually with a blend because that Daffodil Delight just seems quite light. This is better. So if I colour it in, or even just go around the edge with it to give it a little bit of definition. This is the dark Daffodil Delight blend. Much better. I'm quite pleased with that. What do you think, guys? Do we think it's a little bit, what does it remind you of? Tell me what it reminds you of. If it doesn't remind you of what I think it reminds me of, then that's absolutely fine. But I'm quite pleased with that. I'm really chuffed with that, actually. That's a really nice little card. So if I now show you what I was trying to create. So this little lady really reminds me of Edna from The Incredibles. She could be her daughter, couldn't she? So I was trying to create this little Incredibles themed style card. I'm quite pleased with it, and that's all that matters, isn't it? As long as I'm happy, that's all that matters, isn't it? So what I will do on there is I'll just add a little layer of white inside, but I won't do that with you guys on. I've got 2 more little characters here to do something with, and I think, well, what should we do? Should we just create a little card, a little something with that, shall we? What colour card have I got left? Let's go with this colour. This is Sahara Sand. I do like a bit of Sahara Sand card. Okay, so one last little card. I'm conscious we've been going for 50 minutes. And that's a long time to spend with me. I'm going to add a little layer as well. I'm really enjoying using layers of the same colour at the moment. Night night, Isaac, sleep well. I'm really enjoying using colours in the same layers of the same colour at the moment. I'm going to use the same embossing folder actually. I love this embossing folder. It's the painted texture one. If you haven't got it, you need it. It's brilliant. I think this is actually the debossed side, but that's okay. So I've got my little lady, I've got my little boy, and we've got the doggy in the middle. So now let's try and create a little scene. Now there are basic border dies somewhere. Here they are. We've got one that looks a little bit like grass. Let's go with this one. Let's create a little hill, shall we? So this one here. Let's get some green card. So I've just got a piece of Mossy Meadow card. I'm going to try and create a little bit of a walkway with. See what happens. So here is my little walkway. Okay, this is quite cute actually. So let's stick our walkway on, or our hill. Okay, so we've got our young lad walking his dog, and he's being followed by this really sweet little girl. I want a little mini dimensional now. They also remind me of the little Peanuts characters. You know, that Snoopy dog. So the little dog is following on behind, and we've got our little girl. So what else do we think we need on here? Do you think we might need a tree or something else, something in the background maybe? So we've got these Happy Forest dies here, haven't we? And these have got little tree trunks and trees in. What does it say in the stamp set? Life is better with friends like you. Thinking of you today, you did it here for you. Hi, sweet friend. Nice to have you by my side. So let's just get these out of the packet. No, I don't think the tree needs to go in there actually. What about a little tree stump? No, it's too big. I'm going to give up with the tree idea. Put those back in there. Just want to look at one other set of dies. These ones. These are hippos. Is there anything in the hippos that we might like to use? Oh, there's some cute little hearts in there. Or we've got some little flowers that we could. Yeah, let's use the flowers. So let's have a few little flowers in yellow. Will that fit in there? Yeah, I'll fit that in there. You can get the smallest things out of the smallest bits of card. The snowman set has a small rabbit. Oh, that's a shame. I don't have that set. It's probably one of the only ones I don't have. Oh, do you know what I do have? Why is this die stuck to my plate? So we've got a couple of little flowers. I have the little birdie that we cut off of that first one. Let's cut some little stripe of white. Turn them into daisies, shall we? Neither do I. Two, and then three. Okay. Right, we are getting there now. I'm happy now, I'm happier. All of that over there. So now let's stick my little flowers. Let's take them yellow ones off. I won't keep you much longer, I promise. So we've done that now, let's grab my little yellow pencil in here. And now we'll turn them into little daisies. Like so. So we've just got our little sentiment to do. I'm going to pop him on just behind there. I need a mechanics magnetic dish. I do. So when I was last at a Pinkies event, I saw someone with one of those and I thought I need that, and I just have not bothered to get myself one, but I do need one. Perhaps I will use some of my birthday pennies for it. So the last thing we need to do is we need to do a little sentiment. So let's keep this really straightforward. We'll have a little bit of white card, which why is it you can then find a bit of white card when you need it. So I've got just here a little bit of scrap because I never throw anything away. So we've got, I'm going to have life is better with friends like you. Okay, let's give this a little stamp. We'll do this in memento as well. Now, I've lost my scissors. No, I haven't. They're right here. So let's just trim this down. I'm going to trim this into a little banner, only a small one. So I'm going to create a little fishtail. And how I'm doing this, I'm cutting into the middle. And then I'm going from each corner up to the tip of where I've cut. Lovely. Fabulous. Happy, happy, happy. Let's grab some thread and let's wrap this. 1, 2, 3. And now let's tie it into a nice bow. Before I put that on, I'm just going to curl it. I'm going to push that in a little bit. Oh, I know why that's not sitting right. It's because I've not tied it in a knot. Dear. Sorry guys, it takes me a really long time to be happy with a bow. Okay, that's better. I'm just going to snip this off ever so slightly because it feels a bit too long. Nice. Let's just try and move that up a little bit. Do you know what? I'm going to stick it down and then I might retie it. So now let's put this on. Where's my dimensionals gone? There, right here. So we started off with an evening of colouring and we've ended with 2 very different cards. And I'm going to ask you in a minute which one you like the best. This is the 4th time I've tied this bow. That's better. That's the angle that I wanted. Lovely. So we've got Life is Better with Friends Like You. And I'm really pleased with that. I think that's a really cute little card. I hope your mum is okay. Scary being abroad. It really is. Okay, so they've just announced that they are on the plane, but they've got to wait an hour to take off. So they are running 4 hours behind. Oh, my poor mum, bless her heart. She cannot wait to get home. She really, really can't. Should we have some of these little yellow dots? Yeah, let's use these for the centre of our flowers. I feel like it needs a little gem. You can't go wrong with a little gem, can you? Oh, and this finishes it off really nicely. Just like that. And there we have it. And those gems go with the Hues of Happiness suite. So there we have card number 2 all finished. So we've used our 3 little characters that remained. And we've created a little scene. They're going up a hill amongst the daisies, and then we've got here Life is Better with Friends Like You. And isn't life better with friends? So just to recap, 1 card, 2 cards. Pop in the comments which one is your favourite. Always like to know. And then just to update you, we have used the By My Side stamp set. I've coloured in my little characters using watercolour pencils, but as colouring pencils, so there's no water been involved whatsoever with these designs. I actually think I prefer colouring these in with the watercolour pencils as I do as opposed to the blends. Here's a few other little projects that I've made with these little characters, and then a couple of cards here. So this is my design for this week's Global Design project, or my entry. And I've used my little Edna character again. I think she looks like me there. And she's running through the scene with balloons. And the balloons come from the Celebrate with Tags dies. Okay. And then this one here, I shared a reel with this today. And it's my most successful reel to date. I think it's got over 12,000 views at the moment, which is amazing. And it's just a really sweet little interactive card with a few little characters again. They're really happy images. So this stamp set is available to purchase from my online store, which you can find at staceymarsh.co.uk. There is a host code for you to use when shopping online. Anyone who enters that code will receive a free gift and mini card kit from me in September. As it's my birthday this month, it's tomorrow, just in case I haven't mentioned it. Anyone who shops with me this month, joins my team, or joins any of my classes will receive a free evening with me in September with a free card kit as well. So lots of incentives there for you to be shopping with me this month. And as always, if you have any questions or you'd like to reach out, please do. I love hearing from you all. I had a lady ring me the other day from America, and it was just amazing. I thoroughly enjoyed speaking to her. So yeah, do reach out. That's it from me tonight, guys. I will be live again here on YouTube next Wednesday. No, not next week. I'm away next week. The following week, which is in September. And I hope to see you all then. Any questions, as always, do let me know. Thanks for watching, everyone. Appreciate your time. Bye for now.